Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be doing No Mercy. Now the thing about this No Mercy run is that I already completed it, but I'll explain later. Basically, this is going to be post-commentary, but for now, the character that is featured is going to be, drumroll please, Deathwish. So yeah, I'm going to be using Deathwish. I just wanted to show off her stats really quick, and then I'll explain them in the video, but let's go ahead and move on. Alright, see you guys in a second. Alright, so quickly just to explain why this is post-commentary instead of live commentary, I really wasn't feeling that confident with Deathwish because I've used her a few times in No Mercy, and I tried 3 times and I failed every single time for very stupid reasons, which I'll get into, but yeah, I was like, you know what, forget this, I'm not doing this again, so I'm just gonna throw in a post-commentary video again, even though I kind of don't like doing these, but oh well. So just to explain my team really quick, I'm using Deathwish, of course, and with her I'm also using Surgeon General just for that extra final stand support and also the heavy regen and immunity. And I'm also throwing in Mad Malice instead of Pickleballer because Mad Malice can give Enrage, and for the longest while my Deathwish's damage wasn't that good because her piercing stat was actually really low. Her piercing stat was low, her attack stat was... she didn't have a very good bonus attack stat. I don't know, I might start calling it that. It feels weird to say attack stat because every character has their own attack stat, so it's like, am I talking about their base attack or what? So I think I might just start saying bonus attack, even though I feel like that's not the best way to put it, but whatever. Anyways, basically I put in Mad Malice to increase her damage. Alright, so now I'm gonna talk about Deathwish's stats because I actually did a lot of changes off screen. So her stats now are, she actually has more attack than she used to, bonus attack I guess, and her piercing is way higher than it used to be. Her piercing used to be like 20-something%, now it's at 41%, which is good. Her accuracy isn't quite maxed out, but it is at 42%. She has some crit rate and crit damage, which I don't really like, but I mean, it could be worse, I guess. And then she has, her special cooldown isn't quite, it's actually not even really close to being maxed out, it's at a decent place. And her meter gain used to be at like 80-something%, and now it's at 60%, which I think is fine, honestly. I traded a lot of that meter gain for damage, or for attack and piercing pretty much, and she really needed the piercing stat. Because I was wondering why her damage was so low all the time, and I think that was a big part of it. So you're going to see here that Deathwish is actually, well at least mine is, if you guys have ever noticed how her damage isn't the best, well mine's damage should be better now, so. Anyways, to talk about Deathwish really quick, she's actually really good. I mean, okay, she's obviously really good in general, right? Well, she's good in this first area too because she can steal buffs. If you can steal buffs in this first area, then it makes it a lot easier because the enemy gains a lot of buffs from the match modifiers in this first area specifically. So yeah, there you go. So she's really awesome here. She's also really good against... Umbrella specifically is also good against Black Dahlia. I mean, if you're able to steal buffs, she's really good, but also because she has moves that can inflict slime, so if Black Dahlia has no time to die, then it's gonna hurt her whenever she gains those buffs, as long as she has slime on her. Excuse me. So yeah, there you go. But anyways, okay, so I know earlier I said that I wasn't feeling that confident. I guess, oh, and I also said that I lost this a few times. Okay, to explain what happened, so I used Deathwish, or I was using Deathwish, and I went up against a Dark Horse Marie, and this is where it already went wrong. So Dark Horse ended up hitting me with something, I forgot what it was, and it did a lot of damage, but I wasn't paying attention. And I was actually cursed because I forgot that Dark Horse could curse you. Okay, I know it sounds really stupid, like how did you forget that? I barely ever fight Dark Horse, okay? Although I feel like I'm starting to run into her a lot more, but back in the day, well not even really back in the day, but up until recently, I had not run into her all that much, so I kind of just didn't think about her curse. And I didn't think about how it pertained to Deathwish specifically, and unfortunately she cursed me, so I couldn't gain Final Stand from Valentine's buff or Umbrella's own Marquee ability, so yeah, it did not go well. The second time I lost, I forgot what Marie, I think it was Octoplasm Marie of all Maries. I was fighting Octoplasm Marie, and yes, another Marie is the cause of my downfall. So basically what happened was, I fought Octoplasm, and I don't even think anything crazy happened, she just hit me with Is it Hildegard or Hilgard? I don't know what the name is, but that big punch move where she summons that giant skeleton to punch you in the face. Yeah, she used that on me, and I think it killed me because, of course, it inflicts quietus, and yeah, so Final Stand didn't even do anything. So that's how I lost Death Wish that time. Oh my gosh, I forgot to explain Death Wish's abilities. Oops. Okay, I'll do that in a second. But the third time I lost, I think I did the final node. I got to the final node of Area 1, and I tried to time it so I could kill the last opponent with her level 3 blockbuster so they couldn't revive, and I failed. Basically, and I ran out of time because I couldn't do it. I'm just so bad with timing that. Okay, so to quickly, I feel like I'm not even talking about any of the specific fights, but to quickly go over her ability. So Death Wish's ability is Voracious Cycle, which makes it so every 7th combo hit landed on Umbrella or the opponent transfers up to 3 enemy buffs to herself and inflicts Hex for 10 seconds. Once per match when defeated, resurrect 25% health and revive all defeated teammates with 25% health. Okay, so I've gotten comments here and there asking me whether or not, or why I don't revive people, or why I don't try to revive people using like Valentine's ability or something like that. It's because in this mode you can't revive. There's a match modifier that makes it so whenever you're defeated, your characters can't be revived. So yeah, Death Wish's ability is actually useless here because of that. But with that being said, her buff stealing, because she can steal buffs, and because she can inflict Hex, is also really helpful. Yeah, but yeah, her buffs... Oh my gosh, I'm all over the place. Her buff stealing specifically is super helpful because in this area you can steal the enemy's regen and armor, which... Look at that, Death Wish's health was like going down super low, but I got it back up again pretty easily. And it's also good to get against opponents like that who kind of rely on buffs. A lot of characters in this game rely on buffs. But the Hex thing is also... The Hex thing specifically is really good against pretty much everybody. So, yeah. Because it prevents people's signature abilities from activating. Honestly, I'm starting to see why Hex is like a debuff that we don't really see very often. Feels like nobody has the Hex. I mean, some characters do, but I can only think of a few off the top of my head. Oh my goodness, I cannot really do that. Alright. So yeah, there you go. There's my fail story for Death Wish. Oh man, the thing is, while I was doing this, I was actually watching TV at the same time, so I kind of wasn't paying full attention, and that's going to be important later on, but yeah. And I don't know why, but I've just been playing really poorly in No Mercy specifically. I don't know what it is, like that's why it took me, what, 3 tries to do this, and I also tried to use Steelbreaker, and I kind of had the same issue. I don't even remember how I lost when I used Steelbreaker. I just know that I failed, and I was like, are you serious? So, hopefully hopefully I can start playing a little bit better. And it sucks when I fail, because if I fail, I have to wait for the reset. Okay, look at this team, by the way. Look at all these light opponents. Seriously? Especially because I'm pretty sure Reigning Champ's ability specifically affects light opponents. So, that's nice. So we have Ogre Achiever, who I despise at this point. Proton Pulse, who I've never fought before this point. I might have fought her once. And then Reigning Champ, who I think is actually a little bit easier to deal with than she was before, to be honest, because she doesn't start off with unflinching. So I was... Okay, I hesitated a lot here, because I was like, I could use Death Wish here. I know I can use Death Wish here. I can take these opponents out. But at the same time, I remember what happened last time, and I was really scared that I was going to go through the same thing, where I ended up just running out of time. Because Death Wish's damage is better, but it's still not perfect. And on top of that, like I said before, okay, one of the match modifiers in Area 1, the final node, is that whenever an opponent is defeated near an opponent's body, so let's say I beat Ogre Achiever, if I defeat RoboFortune while she's near Ogre Achiever's body, he's going to come back to life. So I was trying to avoid that. And yeah, that's why... But Death Wish, or not just Death Wish, but Umbrella has her level 3 blockbuster, when used to defeat an opponent, makes it so they can't be revived. So if you time it by defeating them with that move, then they won't be revived. But I'm not good with timing it, and it doesn't it doesn't help that there's another modifier that makes it so the enemy gets resurrected whenever they die. I actually don't know how that interacts with Deathwish's ability. Now that I think about, or I keep saying Deathwish's ability, I don't know how that interacts with Umbrella's level 3 blockbuster. I'm wondering if you defeat them with it, will they come back to life right after that, or no? Or like, I don't know. I need to see how it works, honestly. I need to do more testing with that, which is kind of impossible because I'm too scared to even try it, but yeah. Anyways, I say all that to say I was too scared to try to use Deathwish here because I didn't trust myself, so I decided to use Gustbuster and Grin Reaper, which sounds like a horrible idea, but the reason I'm using Marie's in general... By the way, did you guys notice how I did that? I have no idea. I feel like I made it a really bad habit when fighting Beowulf for some reason. Whenever he... I always time my attacks extremely poorly. Like, I'm always about to attack him as soon as I let my guard down. Or I let my guard down as soon as he's about to start attacking. There you go. That's what I mean to say. And I end up taking an insane amount of damage. And that happens so often. I don't know why I do that. Anyways, back to what I was going to say. So I'm using Marie Gustbuster because she can steal Ogre Achiever's immunity, and she can inflict inverse polarity with her level 3 blockbuster. That is the main reason I brought her. So her damage isn't that great, but at least I can rely on inverse polarity to not have to deal with Ogre Achiever's Marquee ability. For the most part. I mean, I guess I don't have to rely on it now because his health is so much higher than mine, but still. But the reason I also brought Gustbuster and Grin Reaper specifically is because I wanted to have a Marie that can destroy the bodies so I didn't have to worry about them. So yeah. But at least, well, actually, I was going to say we kind of get to see Proton Pulse in action, but not really because she doesn't do much here. Unfortunately. Which, I mean, really fortunately for me, because if she did get off some moves, I feel like that'd be terrifying. So yeah, I was too chicken to use Deathwish here, but oh well. I think I made the right call, because I honestly... Another reason I was scared to fight them is because I felt like if I went up against, what's-his-face, Ogre Achiever, he would have constantly been healing, and that would have just made it all the more difficult to time my level 3 blockbuster. At least that's how I saw it. I don't know. I guess I could have tried. But yeah, we took out Proton Pulse. I don't even think she got to do anything. She just died. Okay, for some reason the recording randomly just closed on me. I don't know if you guys saw that. I mean, I guess you did. It was really bizarre. That was strange. Because I don't know. I didn't press anything, so I don't know why that happened, but whatever. So yeah, we get to see Grin Reaper in action again. She's just too good for this area. And also Gustbuster, I like her against Ogre Achiever specifically at this point because it makes she makes it so I don't have to deal with his annoyingness for the most part. Alright, but there you go. That's area 1 down, and I will be switching back to Deathwish because this is her time to shine. And look at this, I got some pretty decent artifacts, although I like that one, the Prescience of Aeon, that's the one I took. Prescience, I don't know. So, I went up against this team because I actually don't even know who the other team was. I didn't get to see it, but I know Corrosive Agent isn't all that bad for using Deathwish because she totally nullifies her ability.
Aren't you a bit old to be picking on little kids?
Tell him, Umbrella. I never pay attention to the quotes in this game, which is something I used to do all the time. So yeah, with Prescience of Aeon, now I have those 2 stacks of evade, which is super helpful. And I just have all the more support. Although, with that being said, remember earlier how, I guess, this will become more obvious, but, what's it called? This will become more obvious later on, but earlier I said I was watching TV while doing this. I kind of forgot that I had evade on me. So you're going to see multiple times throughout this video that I just stand there blocking instead of, like, actively attacking the enemy. So, yeah, there's a spoiler. By the way, how crazy is it that, like, what the heck? They put Octoplasm with all these water characters, seriously? I mean, it makes sense, but still. What the heck? Also, I never realized it before, but it seems like I can't tell if Double's just really squishy or this Sea Witch just has really low HP stats and defense stats. I don't know. She died really fast. Okay, so with this one, I took Queen of Hearts because I don't really like Soup Dumplings because I never tag out. Oh, Megasonic. I've actually lost to Megasonic before in No Mercy because I attacked him while he was blocking, and then, yeah, he got a bunch of thorns, and I ended up dying. I actually don't even remember how I died. I think I just I wasn't paying attention, or I thought I could tank the thorns. That was a mistake, whatever the case might be. Yeah, look at it. I don't know how he gained thorns there, by the way, because it seems like Manette's thing didn't even connect with him, but whatever. I guess it did, and he got thorns somehow. Oh, I didn't even get to explain. Oh my gosh, I'm so bad with post-commentary. I forgot to explain why I gave Deathwish the moves that I gave her. Okay, I gave her level 3 Blockbuster because I'm always going to do that. Umbrella has one level 3 Blockbuster. I'm always going to equip it because it's so good, because it can heal and prevent revivals and stuff. Ew, that was a weird sound. I hope you guys didn't hear that. But I also gave her the tongue attack. I forgot what it's called. The thing where she sticks out the tongue and then, like, hunger and starts eating them. Yeah, that move. That move is just really good for healing. Plus, it can inflict slime, and it's also unblockable, so it's really easy to hit with. When I say it's unblockable, I mean the basic definition of it can't be blocked. Like if you're blocking and you use it against somebody, it's not going to do anything. I mean, bleh. If you use it against somebody that's blocking, it's going to hit. The block isn't going to stop them, so there you go. But anyway, so yeah, that's why that's there. Plus, it's good for combos. I gave her that umbrella projectile laser attack thing because clearly I don't know the names of any of these moves. I gave her that move because it's good for combos as well. Plus, I don't know, I wanted to use that move because I never used it before until this umbrella. I might be lying, but I really just wanted to use it, okay? That was my excuse for using it. Sometimes I put on a move just because I want to use that move. I don't care if it's like, maybe this isn't the best move to have for this character. I'm going to put it on. And that goes the same for Carousel Kick, which is her last move. But both of those moves have a decent amount of hits to them, so I don't know. I don't think it was a bad idea. And then I gave her Salt Grinder because the combo potential. Look at this, you guys, I got Proton Pulse. So of course I took her. But yeah, Salt Grinder is there, so just because it makes it easy to inflict Hex and steal buffs with Deathwish's ability.
Oh, did you want some? Sorry, I only brought enough for hunger.
So there you go. Yeah, look at that. See, I just completely forgot I had evade, and I just like stood there and took it. I don't know why. I mean, I do know why. It's because I was watching TV and I was only half focused on this, which is stupid. You would think I'm actually really kicking myself about that because you would think with all of the times I failed using Deathwish here that I would maybe think to actually like pay attention instead of just like kind of half paying attention. Yeah, I got nothing, you guys. I genuinely have nothing. Just embarrassing. And this should take her out. There you go. Oops. Does anybody use Private Dick? I'm wondering because I feel like his ability is actually really irritating. I've noticed that it activates very frequently. I mean, now it's not going to activate at all, but look at that. It activated again. What the heck? It feels like it's decent since it can prevent debuffs, but I don't know. I've never used him before. Oh shoot, I looked away again. I don't know what I took. I'm not gonna lie, this team scared me for a second because I'm already kind of afraid of Robo Fortune in No Mercy. Well, in Parallel Realms. I guess in No Mercy specifically. But also, I don't know what, Big Van scares me lately too. Not because of anything that he can really do, but because of Rift Battle. Like, I'm just scared of Big Van. I'm always thinking like, oh no, he has Feudal Resistance, I need to be careful. But then I remember Feudal Resistance is only a Rift Battle thing. But either way, and these aren't even the scariest big bands. I mean, I guess Rhythm Rider can be maybe annoying in some sense since he can give his teammates regen and haste, but I feel like that's not... I mean, that could be worse. Look at that. Look at all that slime. Honestly, using Umbrella makes me want to use a character that has... whose ability specifically inflicts slime, because I always want to inflict slime on people. I know Octoplasm can do it, but she needs regen for her ability to work. And I'm not really familiar with too many variants that can inflict slime. I took Supercharger here. I don't even know if Supercharger works, actually, with Umbrella's projectile laser thing. I think it's called Projection Lens. Okay, so look at this team. So we have Overclocked Robo Fortune, who okay, she's actually not that bad here because the modifiers don't really affect her, since the modifiers specifically affect elements and she doesn't have an element, so it's not that bad, but I still don't really like fighting her. We have Unholy Host, who's annoying with her curse. And then we have Sheer Force, who... Actually, I guess Sheer Force isn't all that bad. Honestly, Deathwish is good against all of these people because she can make it so... Within Overclocked's case, she can make it so she can't really gain any buffs from her own ability, which basically means she's not much of a threat as long as I don't... I mean, as long as I don't just stand there and take her attacks, she's not that bad because she can't get Geiger counter. Unholy Host... She's annoying, but if I can inflict Hex on her, then obviously I don't have to worry about losing my health from Curse. And on top of that, I can steal her regen, so I don't even have to worry too much about No Time to Die. And I can steal her haste too, so there you go. Plus, Slime of course helps against the regen. And Sheer Force, I feel like Sheer Force's main thing that gets on my nerves is the fact that she gains, like, well, okay, I guess I was gonna say the fact that she gains Auto Block and Blessing. But that's her whole thing, right? But yeah, look at that. Did you see how much damage she took from Slime? Because she gained like a bunch of stacks of Auto Block and Blessing. So yeah, Sheer Force, not Sheer Force, Deathwish is really good against all these opponents. For this one, I think I took Yearning of Venus. Wow. Okay, maybe not. Oh no, I didn't. I took Crystal of Shadow. I kind of wish I took Yearning of Venus instead. I think the reason I didn't take it was because I felt like it was redundant, since Deathwish can heal herself, but also because she's gaining Enrage from Mad Malice. So the only thing that I would have gotten from the other thing, from whatever the artifact I was just talking about is called, the only thing I would have gotten out of it is the Blockbuster meter, which is still good, so maybe I should have just taken it, but oh well. Oh yeah, I tried something different with these combos, because I always do the same thing over and over again, but I wanted to see how this would connect, and it actually did, so... Oh yeah, the game is starting to lag here a little bit. Okay, that was weird. Is that normal? Why did the music stop there? At least it seemed like it did. Alright, so we took out Starshine, so now we just have to deal with Deal Breaker. So, remember earlier how I said I really wasn't paying attention because I was watching TV? Yeah, you're about to see what happens. So I used that. Oh, maybe that's the next fight. Maybe it's not this one. Okay, it's not this one. Just kidding, I lied. You're not going to see what I was talking about until a little bit after this. See, I don't even know. I wasn't paying attention again. Did Projection Lens inflict inverse polarity? I feel like it didn't. For this one, I did take Soup Dumplings because it's the only one that had any use on Deathwish. Okay, I don't know why I was hesitating here. I'm not fighting Painwheel. Like, I would never fight Painwheel with anybody other than somebody that can specifically counter her Tainted Blood. That's just how I roll. So yeah, we're up against Beast King, who can be scary, but I feel like he's not that bad. Once again, like I said, I was trying different things with my combos here. Yeah, he didn't really get a chance to do anything. Okay, look at this, you guys. I have inverse polarity. So why I did that, I don't know. Because I wasn't looking. I wasn't paying attention. I didn't know I had inverse polarity. And I also was already only half focused on this game. So, well, this run. So I ended up killing myself, which I've done before. Ah! I hate when I do that. I'll have inverse polarity and then I'll just use something that heals me and I'll die because of that. It's so frustrating. I should have just tagged out. Oh my gosh, I hate that I did that. So I ended up... Okay, well, at least we're getting to see Mad Malice in action. By the way, you guys, I have not leveled up any of Mad Malice's moves. Well, actually, have I? I think I might have leveled up one of them. I don't know. If she has a move that's leveled up, it's because I gave her a move that was already leveled up rather than me leveling up her moves. But did you see how well she was doing? And of course, the game taunts me by giving me Dark Grimoire after I've already lost Death Wish. So yeah, that's the end of Death Wish, unfortunately. But at least we got to see her for the first 2 areas of the game. Or of the run, I should say. So I went ahead and decided I'm just going to throw in Proton Pulse just to show her off. I'm not familiar with RoboFortune's moves. I used to play as RoboFortune more a long time ago, like back when you were able to do all of the difficulties of character prize fights. Like you could do bronze, silver, and gold instead of only being able to choose one. Yeah, that's the last time I really used RoboFortune, so I'm actually very unfamiliar with her moves, as you guys are going to see. But look at the effects on her moves. They look so cool. Like her giant laser things, those look awesome. By the way, how this connected, I have no idea. Look at that. It looks so cool. Yeah, this didn't even connect, but look how amazing that looks. So honestly, even though I kind of suck here, I'm glad I did get to show her off a little bit, just because I think her moves look awesome. If you guys get Proton Pulse, I feel like you should show her off. I don't know what I mean by that, but yeah. Guys, I used that move. I really don't know why. Because I guess I just used it to use it, but I forgot what that move even did. And when I realized what it was doing, I was like, wait, no, this is not what I should have done. Look at this. I suck so bad. It's so embarrassing. I think it was just off my game. I mean, I was already using a character I'm unfamiliar with, but also I just lost Death Wish. Tragically. Oh my gosh. And then here, this is hard to watch, you guys, because I remember this match was just filled with a lot of fail on my part, specifically. Look, that didn't even connect. Also, I was kind of struggling against Starshine here. I don't know why I was using Final Fang. I think because I just didn't want to throw RoboFortune back in or something, but look at this. I can't inflict any debuffs while she has immunity, and she keeps gaining blessings. My Final Fang's damage doesn't... Well, her damage isn't that great. I kind of rely pretty heavily on debuffs to do damage to people. Yeah, I don't know why I did that. I think I was just, like, scrambling at this point. Do you guys ever have that moment where you're just, like, you're doing really badly? Look at by the way, I finally decide to switch, and then she switches immediately to Pain Wheeler. Are you serious? And then I accidentally exploded, but at least I didn't take any damage. I've never used that move before, so I guess it doesn't do anything. I don't know why I did this, by the way, but I'm kind of glad I did, because apparently it healed. Yeah, and then I did that and killed myself, so nice. But yeah, I was gonna say, does anyone else do this where they just, like... I've talked about this before, but whenever you're doing No Mercy, or anything where you mess up once and then you kind of... I guess No Mercy is the only thing that this could possibly apply to. Maybe Rift Battle too. I keep saying No Mercy. Parallel Realms, I mean. Where you mess up, you do something stupid and you end up losing a character, and then you start to just continuously do stupid things. I feel like that happens to me a lot. Like whenever I lose a person, I just end up doing the dumbest things afterwards. So in this case, I was using Final Fang. I mean, I don't regret bringing Final Fang. I think she was a good choice, but I was using her against Starshine of all people when that was a horrible idea. On top of that, I used Proton... Well, using Proton Pulse I don't regret, like I said, because I got to show her off. The problem I'm having with that is that I shouldn't have used her charge attack against Pain Wheel. That was stupid, because the recruitment characters in this mode have, like, crit-based stats. So, like, they have high crit rate and high crit damage. Or at least more than the average character. I don't really understand why they have it, but that's just how it is. So I decided to use Apex here because I figured her curse would be useful against Starshine. Unfortunately, she immediately switched to Eager Deceiver. Like, she was out for half a second. As soon as the match started, she switched. Just dumb. Yeah, speaking of dumb, what the heck was that? I didn't even realize I switched to Sheer Force. Yeah, I don't know. Just me playing stupid. And look at this! Look, you guys, I have inverse polarity again! Again! I did the exact same thing. At least this time I didn't die. But why do I keep doing that? And her health is at like 1% or something. That's so sad. I also didn't even throw in any defensive supports or anything like that. I just... Oh wait, or maybe her health is higher than I thought because it doesn't look that low. I got nothing. I don't know how she gained her health back, but whatever. Get her. There we go. But yeah, after that happened with Death Wish, I just kind of like... I don't want to say I gave up, but... I started making dumb mistakes. I lost my morale. I was just doing whatever at this point. Oh my gosh, this has nothing to do with anything, but I'm feeling really sleepy out of nowhere. I feel like I need to eat something. Get her! There we go. And then we're left with Mad Malice. Oh my gosh, look at that, you guys! I was gonna use Sheer Force because I figured Sheer Force's Quietus would help against Mad Malice. Well, not Mad Malice, but she would help against dealing with Squiggly's... Yeah, and there I lost Mad Malice. She would help with dealing with Squiggly's Final Stand from her Marquis ability, but unfortunately, Sheer Force immediately died. There we go. I feel like I always end up using Apex when this happens, but it's just, she's so strong. Okay, so after I got hit list, I decided to switch up my strategy a bit. So instead of using Apex here, I decided I'm going to use Cosmic Rebel because she's going to benefit from the Death Mark. I actually kind of wish I had Dawn Passion leveled up here because then I could have practiced with her. Just to test out her... What's it called? Her Blockbuster stuff to see how many stacks of miasma I could get and how easily I could do it, but oh well. I haven't leveled her up at all yet. And Star Spangled is down. When hit list is here, Cosmic Rebel is so powerful. It's awesome. Look at that! Look at all that damage! Surprisingly, I think maybe I do this later, but I'm surprised I didn't throw an Evergreen Evil. Man, now I'm really hungry. What the heck? I shouldn't have mentioned food. But yeah, I'm surprised I didn't throw an Evergreen Evil, because her signature ability would have helped with Cosmic Rebel's buffs. Oh well. Oh yeah, I didn't take the recruitment node here because I wanted to get the revival node. Originally, I was thinking like I would be able to revive Deathwish easily, but as you can see, I lost a bunch of characters, so I kind of lost hope. For this one, I decided to use Wave Warrior because I think Wave Warrior is actually good against Excalibur. I think she's good against Black Dahlia in general. Maybe not the best buff stealer, but well, against Black Dahlia, I mean, because she can't steal her regen like right away, unfortunately, so I feel like because of that, Black Dahlia can heal kind of a little bit before you're able to actually steal her regen. But anyways, I use her against Excalibur specifically because... Seriously? I saw that. But anyways, because... What's it called? Even though she can, Excalibur can give herself unflinching, as long as Wave Warrior can... As long as Wave Warrior is able to steal it, it's not really a threat. Oh yeah, I had inverse polarity again, but this time I was prepared with Photo Bomb! Look at that. And there she goes. Yeah, anyways, so I find that because of that, she's not that difficult. So, yeah. I did not... I almost took explosive tips. I was actually considering it. Yay, Death Wish! I don't know how the game... seriously just... I don't know. It had mercy on me. And no mercy, surprisingly. So I threw Death Wish back in. But anyways, like I was saying, I almost took explosive tips because it kind of goes well with... what's it called? Supercharger, if you use something like Sagan Beam, because it inflicts inverse polarity and also gives the enemy like 1,000,000 stacks of regen, so they end up taking an insane amount of damage. But debuffs don't last that long in No Mercy, so, well, against the enemy I mean, so I felt like it was kind of, I don't know, I don't think it's worth taking. It's good in Nightmare though, if you guys ever do Nightmare.
Now for the main course.
I mean, the combination Supercharger and Explosive Tips is good in Nightmare. I don't mean Explosive Tips on its own is good in Nightmare, because I'm pretty sure Nightmare has the exact same problem, where Bleed gets converted to regen. Look at that, that was a huge fail. So we're up against Proton Pulse again. We're actually seeing her a lot for some reason, but that's fine. We also have Splitting Image, who I kind of despise, and Class Cutter, who I don't really find threatening at all. So yeah. Honestly, Proton Pulse isn't threatening either, from what I've noticed, because it doesn't... I don't know, she hasn't really gotten a chance to do anything to me, so eh. Plus, she only gains buffs if she uses a Blockbuster. I mean, from her own ability, so it's not like I have to worry too much about her activating Geiger counter. Splitting Image, on the other hand, is of course always annoying, so yeah. Well, maybe not always, but most of the time. I don't know why I backed up like that. I think I was trying to wait for her Splitting Image. I think I was waiting for her immunity to end or something. I don't know what I was thinking with that. I should have just went all out on the offensive. Actually, what am I doing? Do I just... Okay, I'm like, why am I not using my Blockbuster to heal myself? That was a fail. Or maybe I was... Oh, you know what? I know. It's because I was waiting for her to get away from the dead body. Hello. Yeah, I was trying to use Death Wish to time it so I could take out the dead bodies. Yeah, that sucks really badly. Basically, Umbrella, if you use her level 3 Blockbuster and time it just right, you can actually eat the bodies and prevent them from being on the battlefield, so you don't have to worry about, in this area specifically, you don't have to worry about the enemy gaining thorns. Because whenever they take a hit near a dead body, they gain stacks of thorns. It's annoying, but I timed it really badly, so unfortunately I could not pull it off. And here, I don't know why I keep doing this. I should have just used her Blockbuster. And I died because of it. Seriously? That... whatever. Yeah, there's no... By the way, you guys, let's be real here. There's no way I'm beating these two with Rose Tinted and Pickleballer. I don't know why I switched to Splitting Image here, but... Well, I guess it doesn't matter because she's not healing. Maybe... I don't know. Maybe I had some plan in mind. I got nothing. I think I was avoiding using Umbrella's Blockbuster here because I didn't want to accidentally heal myself. That sounds weird to say accidentally heal myself. Yeah, I used it at the end and then I died. I didn't want them to use the level 3 Blockbuster to revive their people. That's why I wanted to end this fight quickly. But as you can see, she did use it and RoboFortune didn't come back to life. But that's because... I think I did time it so Deathwish defeated... I wasn't paying attention again. I timed it so Deathwish defeated RoboFortune with her Blockbuster, her level 3 Blockbuster, so... It made it so she couldn't be revived. I just didn't time it well enough so I could get rid of the body as well, but oh well. So yeah, now we're going in with Apex, Steelbreaker, and Starshine. I think I just started to decide... I just decided here that let me just throw in whoever. Like, I don't even care anymore. And as we can see, Splitting Image is being a jerk as usual and constantly regenerating her health. But I was able to take her out pretty easily with Apex's Blockbuster, so there you go. And then of course we have Class Cutter, left all alone. And I figured I might as well get some practice in with Dealbreaker. Look at all those debuffs. Yeah, and then I died immediately because she just evaded my projectiles, which sucked. But I got her right after that. So there you go, that was Death Wish versus No Mercy. It was kind of a fail, but oh well. We've seen Death Wish before in action, and this is not going to be the last time I use her. I mean, it'll probably be the last time I use her in No Mercy for a video like this, but yeah. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you again next time, but goodbye for now.